the caretakers of Eggbert, the Christmas egg. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning, Boris. Morning, Robin.
Explain who Eggbert is.
Well, Eggbert is a Christmas egg. He gets a lot of conversation because eggs aren't usually associated with Christmas. The previous owner had put him with Christmas in the early 70s, and he's been a Hudson Valley icon ever since.
Now, just to give people a sense of Eggbert, he's an actual egg. Like, how tall is Eggbert?
Eggbert's about 2.5 feet tall.
He's like 2.5 feet tall. He sits on this chair.
Yep.
And like this has been a tradition here in the Hudson Valley for generations, right?
It is. A lot of people bring their children now. And
there's like a holiday village type thing that you walk through, right? Walk us through. Walk us through.
They go through the first scene is a candy scene. They travel down a little further, and it's an ice cave.
So they put on like a little name tag when they show up, and they go through, and they kind of stand in line. They see all the animals. And then finally, all right, they get to see Eggbert, who is sitting on this giant throne, and he actually talks to the kids, right?
Correct. He tries to call them all by name, ask them what they want for Christmas, what their favorite animals are. He tries to engage them quite a bit. The little ones can be shy of him sometimes because he's about the same size as a 4-year-old or so.
Yeah. And he is a giant egg.
Yes.
Let's go to the phones. Who's this?
Angelo from Newburgh. I remember growing up and seeing Eggbert as a kid, and then, of course, I got a little older. But I heard this fable, or more like an urban legend, that Eggbert caught fire. It was gone for a little while. I just want to know if that was true.
No, Eggbert himself never burned, but there was a fire at the store in 1990, and he survived it fine.
Yeah. Now, he was gone, though, for a while, right? Didn't Eggbert kind of disappear for a few years?
He was, Boris. Egbert's last performance after that was in 1999. It wasn't until Chris and I purchased the business we were able to put Eggbert back where he was.
All right, we've got Rick in Newburgh. He has a question. He wants to know, how much does Eggbert weigh?
He's about 80 pounds, thereabouts.
Wow.
That's pretty heavy.
That's pretty heavy for an egg.
What, like, is it a solid egg? Because I assumed he was just kind of hollow inside.
Oh, he's a very full-bodied egg. Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of heart. And he's not joking with you.
Paula wants to know, I love this question, what percentage of kids are scared to death of Eggbert when they meet him for the first time? I will tell you, he's a little intimidating when you actually see him. He's a lot bigger than you'd think.
What would you say, Chris? About 30%?
Yeah, about 30%.
30.
That's huge.
One in three kids freak out?
They do.
Really?
Yeah. But that's the first year. When they come back the second year, they usually have warmed up to him. But remember, he's the same size as a lot of the small kids.
I like how Joe's saying this with like a big smile on his face. Like, oh yeah, kids get totally freaked out.
That's like part of the Eggbert fun.
But the majority love him, and the others really do come around in most cases.
It is really phenomenal. I mean, if you haven't been down there to bring the kids, it's really not just meeting Eggbert, but walking through and seeing all the animals and all the displays. There's nothing else like this, really, anywhere. All right. Thanks, guys, so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We'll see you down on the farm with Eggbert.